Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. So finally, we've joined the rest of the world in reducing our interest rates. The Reserve Bank of Australia announced a little while ago now that they were dropping the interest rate by 25 basis points, or 0.25%. So look, it's not a huge amount. It's not a big deal. It's not going to make massive differences to the economy. It will certainly trickle through. It's certainly better than them going up if you've got a mortgage. Although obviously, if you're living on on interest from, you've got money in the bank, that type of thing, obviously that's not going to be a good thing. Some of the interesting indications around it is that inflation is easing faster than they expected. They're obviously not looking at my budget because I can tell you that inflation is still alive and well. But look, I got to say, overall, it's got to be a positive for the economy and for the everyday person like you and I. Hopefully we'll see that interest rate cut come through, and it might ease the purse strings just a little bit. From a stacker's perspective, it's not going to have much impact on the gold price per se. And by that I mean the gold price in US dollars. Australia is definitely the pimple on the world. So, while we do have influence in some areas, this is certainly not a major influential area. So I don't think we're going to see gold react in its raw price, US dollar price, upwards or downwards on this announcement. But certainly the Australian dollar, and we've already seen it start to ease, the Australian dollar will ease because the big institutions are saying, well, I can't get as much for it for my money invested in Australia, so I'll pull some out of Australia and I'll send it to another country. So we're seeing the Australian dollar ease, and by de facto, the Australian dollar eases. That drives the price of gold and silver and platinum and the rest of the commodities. It drives it up in a local currency sense. So you are going to see them increase. That small increase over the next few hours to maybe a couple of days before that kind of flows completely through the system. So look, not totally bad news, not totally good news. As a stacker, personally, I'm obviously not going to give anyone else any advice on this one, but personally, it's not changed my stacking attitude. I'm still going to keep stacking the same way I was. But I got to say, I hold a mortgage like a lot of people do, and I'll be relieved when that comes through. If that comes through, it'll be interesting to see how quickly the banks trickle that through. They're not usually quite as fast reducing it as they are increasing it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So just thought I'd throw that out there as a bullion dealer and give a bit of a bullion dealer and stacker's perspective on it. Not shocking news, I don't think, for anyone, but summarize it, not going to impact the gold price in US dollars too much, but certainly will drive it up a little bit in the shorter term in the Australian dollar sense, just because of that weakening dollar. All right, that's it for now. We will talk again very, very soon. See ya.